Hi everyone. Today I'm here with Rodolfo Ramirez, the co-founder here at Swivl, with another client success interview. Hey Rodolfo, how's it going? Can you tell us a little bit more about your business and introduce yourself?
Yeah, man. Good to be here. Rodolfo here, one of the co-founders of Swivl. We are the leading AI first engagement platform and CRM built specifically for the self-storage industry, where we help operators automate everyday interactions across web, SMS, email, voice, and much more.
Awesome. And let's move a bit back here in terms of where we started. Could you tell us a little bit more about what you were doing before working with us? What problems were you trying to solve? What were you trying and what were your frustrations at the time?
Yeah, man. So built the company on like founder-led sales, right? So
Yeah.
me and uh, my one of the other co-founders just been going hand in hand combat, a lot of outbound, managed by myself, trade shows. It's that type of small industry where you have to kind of be there and continue showing up. But on the outbound side, it was on me, generating sequences, calls, and with all these new tools out there, needed to be a little bit more strategic with timing to really start pouring the some fuel on the fire on some other channels, like building that inbound machine and brand presence. And so it got to a point where just trying to continue to keep up with all these like to-dos and tasks and outbound got a little bit out of grass, and I got this email from this guy where it was highly personalized, right? Where mentioned a couple of my some of our customers and kind of some specific um, context and verbiage in the industry. I thought it was cool and I ignored it. Then a couple of days
Yeah.
later, more personalized email with a video. And so decided to kind of book the call because it was in line with all the things that I believe in kind of like the account based uh, sales and marketing and even messaging, value based messaging. And I was like, man, I need to know how he did that because I know he wasn't just emailing me. And so got on a call, and you were awesome to actually a little bit different too, to actually like go in and it's like you're not scared of showing your playbook and how you think about things. And I was like, I need somebody like that on my team, and so I need to partner with somebody like that to scale how I see this next generation of outbound um, happening. I need to make sure Civil's doing it. And so that's kind of how we got here to start working together.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. And in terms of the results you achieved with us, like what areas of business improved and by how much, and why do you think they improved working with Pulse Letter?
Man, it's been a ride. So I think in general, streamlining a lot of that at scale. Also, one of the major things was like a lot of this outbound was coming from my inbox. And so being able to create the actual infrastructure and system first to scale your inbox and domains and use multiple domains, be able to rotate them. It's really nice. Um, have a separate CRM too for these campaigns. Really important to keep your main domain fresh and clean. And then, you know, diving into it, like just being able to push these campaigns out and learn immediately, and start looking at the data and actually be able to um, essentially uh, uh, be able to test at scale rapidly has been awesome. I think this has helped a lot with our just outbound. A lot of folks we've seen come in to book discovery calls. The cool thing is that, we've been working on the other end on our brand a lot, and this has just helped augment and supplement that side of things because some people at least have seen us, and some of the messaging that Mueez and team have worked on is again hyper personalized with the way that they're kind of enriching that contact and getting information for that contact. Um, So right now we're working with a our pipeline from just finishing up like our third month with Pool Setter, and I couldn't be happier. Trying to run some more creative plays that Mueez and team um, have kind of recommended. There's a lot that you could do with some of the tools that we're playing with, and so just excited to kind of see and keep them coming.
No, I'm glad to hear that. It's been awesome working with Swivl. And the reason I was asking that is, in terms of where you started, like, why did you actually decide to do business with us? I know you like the personalized email and like the approach we took of like, hey, sending you Loom videos of like, hey, there's some ideas that we can run, some plays we can run. But in terms of the biggest driver on why you decided to do business with us, could you elaborate on that a little?
Um, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it comes down to who you're doing business with. Um, saying it publicly, but I gave you a hard time with, having conversations, but taking my time too to understand it and asking you questions and have you like prove and I think you're like an awesome sport. Like you're on it. You're like sending walkthroughs and thought processes and changing them according to like our own like assumptions and what we've seen, and also inputting your knowledge from all the stuff that you've done for some of your other partners. And so yeah, I think at the end of the day, like it comes to like the person, and so having access to you and you actually being there and continuing to work with us and um, getting in the weeds with us as to how to make these more creative outreaches or whatnot. I think that's the thing that really pushed the envelope, because a lot of times you see this, at the very beginning of the sales process, you say, hey, this is great. Yeah, I can automate my outbound, somebody else. And then they kind of like set it and forget it, and that's it. Again, I think you and the team, like you've been there, you're there on our Slack channel, um, even like helping some of our SDRs and reminding them or kind of giving them tips. And so I think that's what has made it successful.
Awesome to hear, Rodolfo. It's been a pleasure. And just a quick one here. There's a lot of fluff out there with sales tools in the market right now, and like a lot of GTM type related plays. You're probably seeing a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of fluff on LinkedIn. So, what would you say? How likely are you to recommend us to like anyone else that's a busy B2B business that's looking to scale up their GTM efforts, building out some clay plays that are trying to run outbound but aren't sure where to start at the moment?
I say recommend it. I highly recommend it. I think, you know, you for other folks maybe like me, right? That know we can learn it and whatnot. But there's only like so much you can do, so much on your plate, and I think it's important to understand what's going on, some of the shifts, some of the tools and whatnot that are can be useful, but the only way to do that too is just like you need to try them out. And I think, again, going back to the level of experience, the actual running through the playbooks, explaining them, the setup, that was different than, picking something up and having to learn it yourself and kind of, build it your own, or working with somebody that actually doesn't even explain what's going on. Um, I think this is a huge differentiator to actually find a partner that actually is able to do that and go above and beyond. Um, and there is a lot of noise. There's a lot of shiny tools out there, new tools coming out. And even I don't shy away from that. I ask you about them, and like you're like up to like you. I like that you also have the network on the go-to-market side of things, where it's like, hey, this is what I've heard about this tool. It's like I'm actually playing with it this week, and so we craft ideas and ways if it is worth it, and we see the value to actually at least experiment with it. And if it's not going to work out, we at least have assumptions and a trial period or time where we're experimenting with it. And so um, yeah.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure, Rodolfo. Thank you for having me here. And if anyone's watching that it does own a self-storage facility by any chance, please check out Swivl. It's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
You should check it out. Like it's amazing. Like you can see that like the product's good as well because outbound's not gonna work if you don't have a sense of message market fit or product market fit by any means. And Swivl seems to have it
Yeah.
all on the sweet spot at the moment. So please check them out as well. Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yep.